Opening Pandora's Box and Finding Schrodinger's Cat. Presented by Stella Frog. A friend of mine asked me about the strangest date I ever had. Keen on opening up Pandora's box, I joke. She doesn't get it. Oh, like the place where you buy the charms for those bracelets? No, that's something else entirely, I explain. Pandora's box, you know, the mythological chest of horrors that unleashed all kinds of curses on mankind. Huh? She says. It contained death, disease, famine, deception, all the stuff that makes people's lives miserable. Nope, never heard of it, she says. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only person in the room who's ever cracked open a book. But I digress. Strangest date, I say. Yep, she answers. His name was Jason. Of course, that's not really his name, in the interest of protecting the innocent and all that. Jason and I have been dating for about a month. Now, a month of dating sounds like a long time. It's not. It's 3, maybe 4 Saturdays and a Sunday brunch. Or perhaps it's a couple of Friday happy hours, 1 Saturday dinner, and an impromptu Tuesday lunch. It could be a Thursday cocktail hour, 1 Friday dinner, 1 Sunday brunch, and you get the picture. In the dating universe, a month, in the beginning of any relationship especially, is a relatively limited amount of exposure to one another. So limited, in fact, that it's pretty likely you'll still have yet to figure out an irritating habit that the other one may have, or that the other one is a touch psychotic and believes that he's actually the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama, just for example. During this month-long time frame, Jason and I were lying in bed. What can I say? He was attractive. It'd been about 4 months since my last relationship ended. You know how that goes. I don't have to explain myself to you. So Jason says to me, he says, "Do you believe in parallel universes?" And I say, "Sure," because honestly, I am kind of fascinated by the concept. Do I actually believe in multiverses and parallel lives and all the other stuff? Not sure. Anyway, so then Jason gets excited because apparently he really likes talking about this stuff. And he goes off on this tangent about how maybe other universe he and I are somewhere right now, like married with children. And I'm thinking, whoa, not sure about that. And then he's like, or maybe there's a me and you somewhere who are having dinner at this very moment with your parents. And when you slip off to go to the bathroom, I ask your father for his blessing. And I am a bit taken aback at this point because Jason, who I've only gone out with like 3 times and slept with a total of once, has our life planned out complete with how he's going to propose. And he's gotten my parallel universe parents involved. So I make up something about having to get up early, even though I really did have an early appointment. I don't have to explain myself to you. And I hightail it out of there because Jason is now kind of looking like some potential stalker who hides his batshit crazy behind parallel universe theories. But then he calls me. I eventually pick up, and he sounds really sweet. So sweet that I forget all the batshit crazy, and yes, I consider going on another date with him. Let's face it, ladies, finding a man nowadays is tough. So what if he believes that there's a doppelganger him and me off tangoing in Argentina, or cliff diving in Cancun, or holed up in some cabin in the woods in the Yukon? At least he's got an imagination, and since I'm a glass half full kind of girl, I agreed to another date. We decide to meet at a quaint little restaurant on the corner of Hyde and 18th. I walk in, scan the crowded bistro for Jason, and I see him sitting toward the back. But as I approach the table, I notice that there are 2 other people with him. From the backs of their heads, which is all I can see, they look like an older couple. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell's going on here? And then I realize, wait a minute, oh my God, I know those people. In fact, those people gave birth to me. "Surprise," Jason says. "I invited your mom and dad to join us." "Huh?" was all I could muster. "Hi, sweetie," my mom turns to me and winks as if to say, "You've got yourself a good one here." "Hey, pumpkin," my dad says, with almost the exact same what the fuck expression I have. "What's going on, Jason?" I say through the sickly smile I have plastered on at this point. "Well, remember what we were talking about the other night? Please don't say in bed, please don't say in bed." While we were in bed, son of a bitch, he said it. I watch my father's fists involuntarily clench. "What if," Jason continues, "this is our parallel universe moment, right now? Like, whoa, right? Mind-blowing?" Looking at Jason, then glancing down at my parents, I just can't hold back any longer. "What the hell are you talking about?" I say, way too loudly as my mother anxiously chimes in, "You're making a bit of a scene, dear." Jason appears confused as to how I could be overreacting like this. Wasn't I thrilled he brought my parents along? Then he says to me, "What if you and I, right here, right now, are actually the future manifestation of the present us's understanding of one of the many past versions of us?" At this point, I think my dad is ready to punch the guy in the face. Even my mom is starting to realize the dude is Looney Tunes. And I'm wondering, how in God's name do I end up in a situation in which my parents are sitting here in a romantic Italian bistro watching me hash out an epic, cataclysmic dating disaster with someone who thinks we are currently actually in another solar system or something? "Jason," I say, "I think we better go." "Okay, let's go," he says, reaching for my hand. "No, I meant me and my parents. I think this date is over," I inform him. "Oh," he says, looking completely befuddled, like why was I leaving what to him seemed like the most normal dinner in the world? "Well, goodbye, dear." My mother actually hugged him. My father just glared. As the very strange trio that was my mom, dad, and me made our way out of the restaurant, Jason says, "Can I call you?" To which I respond, "No need. Future you and me are already off on a fabulous getaway weekend to Lake Tahoe. The skiing's amazing. Thanks." My father laughs his ass off, and my mom turns to me and says, "Maybe all he needs is to marry a nice, stable girl like you, and he'll probably be fine. Remember, dear, you're not getting any younger." Thanks, Mom.